T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
It is the Diamond Jubilee of the Play It By Ear podcast.
Yes.
Episode 75.
75.
And sadly, 'tis the end of the cat bottle.
Well, you never know.
We need.
I could stick one in a cereal bowl in the poster this week.
Brady, remove your hat in reverence of the disappearance of the cat bottle.
Containers.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to go to page 2 of our YouTube video list now instead of page 1. And you can see that jewel glowing in the sun.
Glistening.
Lumen and glistening.
All right. Once again, welcome to episode 75 here of the Play It By Ear podcast. And I was very surprised. It just seems like doesn't seem like we've been doing this thing online so long, but I had the 1 year thing pop up on Facebook, and it was episode 32, which we were doing online live. Like I said, I didn't realize it'd been that long, but
Yeah, I saw that pop up too. So was that our first? Is it safe to say that was our first full on live recording?
no, 30 was actually.
Oh, because see, we did one. Didn't we do one before we went to it full time?
I believe we did.
Once.
Not twice.
Maybe we did 30 and then didn't do 31 live and then came back 32 on.
Maybe something like that, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure 30 was the first one we did live. Anywho, thanks to all of you for sticking it through with us. Up now we are in what? Can't do the math in my head. 40 some episodes.
43?
Now.
43 episodes.
Something like that. Yes, Josh. Time flies when you're having a great time.
Yes.
Maybe not the rest of work life, but the podcast is fun.
Hi, Miss Wilson.
Hi, Miss Wilson.
Miss Wilson.
Welcome back. I don't know how many weeks it's been since we've seen you, but welcome back to one of our loyal viewers.
Our earbuds.
Yeah. Now, Josh, I don't know what we aren't picking up on what you're putting down there. So maybe if you give a verbal explanation. Allison, we are glad to do this podcast for you. We're glad that you are in our Hall of Fame.
And we're glad that you're glad.
Yes, a lot of gladness.
All right. I want to introduce my cohorts, Todd Griffin. Hey. Brady Liming.
Yeah.
Another Hall of Famer in the house, Rhonda. Welcome.
Hi, Rhonda.
Rhonda.
All right. So, gentlemen, schmintlemen, visit our website, www.playbyyourpodcast.com, and we will refer to it off and on here in our breaks throughout the episode. But go visit, stick around a little while, find out about our show if you don't know about it already. And we more than welcome you there, as well as here on the podcast itself. My shirt of the night, and I have to do a proud dad moment here.
You're shite.
My shite. Wearing my Shawnee State Bears T-shirt in honor of my son, who was chosen the Mid-South Conference Rocket League Player of the Week
Woohoo!
for this
Well
week.
done. Well done, PJ.
There's a bunch of stats along with that I don't really understand, other than he had 11 goals in 4 games and 2,000 and some points. I don't know how he gets points exactly, but I know goals are part of it, and there's other things too. But congratulations to my son. Who knew that you could do such great things playing video games? I mean, we could have been Brady. I mean, how many
Could have been a
video games we played?
contender.
We could have been.
Man. The old man.
The old Pinkerton.
Shaman.
NBA Jam reference, if you don't know. All right.
Snipester.
Snipe Hester.
Who was the other one? Stallion. It was
Stallion. So in NBA Jam, you could name your character, and it would you could pick your character. Now, Stallion obviously was a horse, and Pinkerton. What was Pinkerton?
Well, first off, yeah, you kind of glanced over. You could instead of playing as a human, you had other characters that were not so human.
Right.
So Stallion was a horse.
I was a
Pinkerton was an alien.
Timberwolf.
Brady was a Timberwolf. Shaman was a Timberwolf. Wasn't Pinkerton an alien?
Pinkerton.
And there was
no,
a Sasquatch.
I was a Sasquatch because I was the Supersonics mascot. That
Well,
might
yeah.
have been.
Shaman was like a old guy with a beard and sort of.
No. I was
No, that was the
Shaman.
wolf. That was the
the
Timberwolf.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And the
So
old man was.
sometimes our names didn't line up with what the characters were.
Yeah, the old man was an old man.
Imagine that.
Aptly named.
We had some battles though.
We did.
We
indeed.
did.
Yes, Josh. He's on fire. All right. So, if you haven't been on the show before or watched the show before, we each come to the table with a topic. We talk 20-ish minutes on said topic. We have not had any formal discussion of said topic before. Now, we mentioned before that sometimes we'll throw things out and say, what do you think about this as a topic? What do you think about that? But no in-depth conversation until right here, right now, right in front of you. So we are in order on the screen as we will present our topics. Todd first, Brady in the middle, and me having our game at the end of the night. So with that, Todd, you're up.
Thank you, sir. So tonight it is round 2 of our 2021 Ultimate Breakfast Cereal Bracket. And it was an exciting round 1, some surprises
All right.
and some not so surprises. But in order to get through this, let's go ahead and get started. So our first round 2 matchup, we have Wheaties. Wheaties.
Wheaties.
What a start.
Oh, man. You could have parted Clint Eastwood's hair with that blow there, Fiscus. All right. Wheaties taking on number 1 seed, Fruitlowops. Fruitlowops
This
versus Wheaties.
is going to be a blowout.
This
of
is a
epic
1 versus
proportions.
5 seed, by the way, which I think in round 1 we were shocked that Wheaties was able to pull off a 5 seed in this tournament.
Oh, okay. Wheaties being a 5 seed in this tournament is the equivalent of
Valparaiso.
no. I'm talking like a team that's always in the tournament, but they never do jack, and it's only on their name. It's only about the Wheaties name. It's not about the cereal.
True.
It's not about.
It's about who's on the box too.
There
It's
you
about
go.
What's in the
There you go.
box?
Bruce Jenner calls that to happen.
yes. But I think it's easy, folks. Well, we got to go with Fruitlowops in this opening match.
Toucan and Sam with a slam.
Josh says Kentucky.
Coke in the bar.
Yeah, right.
All right. Our second game in the second round, we have Honey Bunches O Oats.
Now wait a minute. Is that really what it says on the box?
No.
Oh.
No, it's of oats, but
Okay.
Honey Bunches O Oats versus. No, I'm lying. No, I'm not. Versus Honeycombs. Honeycombs.
Honeycombs.
Oh. So
So we got the two honeys going against each other. It's like UCLA and Cal or something. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going honeycombs. Honey bunches of oats. I don't like bunches and clusters in my cereal. I don't like bunches and blisters and clusters and in my cereals. I want it broken apart. I want to see what every piece is. I don't want it all stuck together.
Hey, that barley is intermingling with my
dish.
oat.
Honey bunches of oats is it's Brady's idea of what a casserole is, which is very negative. Honey bunches of oats is the casserole of breakfast cereals.
So you are using it as a negative then?
No, I'm using it in Brady's terms as a negative. I like casseroles in real life, but Brady doesn't like casseroles. So I'm saying honey bunches of oats is what Brady says is casseroles.
Okay, I'm following you here.
Because it's just a bunch of different grains and pieces clumped together and made into a cereal. It's
a Cheerio whose navel is full of grains.
Yeah, it's a dirty navel. It's cereals. It's breakfast cereal's dirty belly button. That's a good way to look at it.
So
Yes.
the combs, what are the combs made of?
Honey.
Well, partially, yes. But there's something else involved there, right?
Grain of some sort. Probably
Yeah. Yeah.
corn. I'm going with corn.
Garn.
It looks like it's Gearn based.
Garn.
It's not wheat.
It's
not
not wheat.
oats.
It's iron.
It's
Is it barley or flax?
I don't think so. I think
It's
it's
flaxen blonde.
it's honey Gearn.
Well, there you go.
It ought to be called honey Gearns.
I like the name.
So what are we thinking, fellas?
Oh,
All right.
honeycombs.
Wait a minute. I'm no, I googled what is honeycomb made of, and it comes up beeswax. Now I don't think
None of your beeswax.
All right. No, I got the wrong honeycomb.
Well,
I got the bee honeycomb. Honeycomb cereals. I would say I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a cereal eater, so I don't know.
Well, here was the great thing about honeycombs. Honeycombs was good just out of the box by the handful. It was good, and when you wetted it down with milk, it still kept enough crunch to be satisfactory.
And it's got that aerodynamic thing because once it hit the melt could come through the holes like a valve,
Yes.
so it
And
kind
it
of
has-
floats.
And as another plus for Brady, it has fork tongue holes that
I
you
could
can
get
grasp.
a tine through one of those things.
You could
All right,
grasp
so
it.
honeycombs are made out of garn.
Garn it is.
Because it was yeller.
Yellow. All right, so we do have some votes from the audience. Josh says combs. Cookie says now you can just buy the clusters.
No belly button. You don't have to buy the belly button. You can just buy the lint.
Right? Miss Wilson, Wheaties, if you eat them, you become a fantastic athlete, just like Popeye spinach.
For some reason, I just picked his last name is Spinach. Popeye Spinach. I like that.
Miss Wilson
Yes.
also says honeycombs are like fair sugar waffles. Yummy, and I assume that's her
There they
vote
are.
betwixt the two. And I do want to put this up from Jim as well. How many parents told your kids you'll never get anywhere playing video games in life? And look who's laughing now. Yes, my
That's right.
son. We still got to work on that, getting somewhere in the school part. But hey,
It'll happen.
so it looks like the audience votes Combs.
Combs it is.
Combs it is.
All right. The next matchup, we have the number 1 seed, Cheerios,
Cheerios.
versus Frosted. I can't read my writing. Frosted Mini Wheats.
Oh,
Cheerios
Frosted?
versus Frosted's Minis Wheats.
So you think Cheerios is like Duke? They're the number 1 seed just because, again, a little name recognition thing?
I think so.
but don't
I
be.
mean,
dissing
Cheerios
them.
aren't anything special, are they? I mean, just regular.
No, they're
Cheerios.
bland. They're just as bland as it gets.
Now, if this were Honey Nut Cheerios, it would be a little bit more of a game.
which is exactly what Cookie says. Honey Nut Cheerios, question mark?
Yeah,
Give me
Cookie, unfortunately, it is not Cookie. It is only the plain Cheerios. There's lots of spin-offs of Cheerios that are very tasty, but and a plain Cheerio is not bad. It needs to be sweetened.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's bland. It's serviceable in a pinch.
Otherwise, it's better in a non-breakfast cereal way, and just like a handful of trail mix or something.
Yeah,
as a non-sweet type of snack. But now I did say it the other night. I was talking to these gentlemen about this. I bought a box of Frosted Mini Wheats for the first time in probably, I don't know, years, maybe a decade. And I'd just been craving it. We had talked about it. The cereal thing got me going. I am a fan of the Kroger brand strawberry Frosted Mini Wheats.
What is the Kroger brand name?
I don't really know, honestly. I don't eat those. I really don't eat cereal that much anymore. But like I had been, every once in a while those will be in the pantry and I'll eat a bowl of them. But I wanted to try the Frosted Mini Wheats, and they were not even close in goodness compared to the Kroger brand strawberry Mini Wheats. Now, granted, one was strawberry and one wasn't.
At Kroger the other day, there was blueberry ones.
Yeah, I've had the blueberry ones.
But they look bruised. Like
Bruised.
part of it was frosted and part of it looked like it got a purple nurple.
All right, so we going with Cheerios? Are we going with plain Jane Cheerios? Or are we going with Frosted Mini Wheats?
Frosted mini bales.
Yes.
Okay, Todd, the boss is in the room. She says mini wheats.
Mini Wheats?
Wheats.
Well, you can have that box I bought last night.
She also says Cheerios suck.
With or without the lint.
Miss Wilson, now Miss Wilson, we have to qualify this because you put honey on the Cheerio. You change
Cheeria. Like a
change.
singular.
You change the
Essence.
thank you. So we're talking plain Jane Cheerios versus
Frosted mini wheats.
Yes.
Cookie says Frosted Flakes in. I think that comes later. You also ask if Lucky Charms has been mentioned. I believe that comes a little later here, doesn't it?
Hey.
Yes. This is Cookie. This is round 2 of a tournament that I actually started with the last episode. So these are the second round matches. I'm calling them matches. I don't know what you would call them in a head-to-head serial. I mean,
A float off.
all right. So we going Frosted Mini Wheats?
Absolutely.
Frosted Mini Wheats, because anything that's frosted is better than anything that's not. That's my rule.
That is.
Well, my other rule is chocolate is better than not chocolate.
All right. The next one's a tough one for me personally. We have the number 3 seed, quite possibly the perfect cereal. Golden Grams. Golden Grams versus number 7. I'm sorry, the number 2 seed, Fruity Pebbles. This is the toughest match so far for me.
The Grams over the Fruity Pebbles for me. That's like I said, the tininess of the flakes of the Fruity Pebbles sometimes are distracting to me. So I'll go with
They fall between the tines of your fork. That's why you pick
between exactly. It's like stirring fish flakes, that you put in the tank, and once they hit the milk, it scatters like fish flakes. So it's difficult, but so I'm going the other.
I do find myself, okay, there's 2 moves when you're eating cereal. You got your scoop and feed your mouth type eating cereal, like most people recognize. But then everybody knows at some point you just say the hell with it. You throw your spoon down and you just start drinking the cereal milk with the cereal in it.
9.
So whether you want to admit it or not, Brady, you are in the minority when it comes to that. Most people drink their milk after their cereal.
Damn it.
But what I'm getting at is this. Fruity Pebbles is one that I go to that second move earlier than other cereals, meaning there will still be a nice coating of loops or of pebbles floating on that milk, and I will go ahead and start drinking it and chewing while I'm drinking the milk. To where other cereals, I wait until all of the crunchy's gone and just drink the milk. But Fruity Pebbles, and I think it goes to what Brady's saying, the texture of them is so small, and so you pretty much just have to eat, your eating utensil becomes useless, so you just have to kind of pour it in your face.
I'm having to actively think about not drinking milk right now, or I may vomit.
But yet you mock me.
No,
Well, I understand. I understand Eric's not, because Eric doesn't drink milk, but Brady, you do drink milk. So what is not to like?
No, I don't drink.
Oh, you don't?
Drink milk. No.
Okay, I thought you did.
Well, why don't you use water or something then? What is the appeal of milk on the cereal?
At that point, you have soup. You don't have cereal. You have soup at that point.
If you don't drink milk, what's the appeal of the milk on the cereal?
Dang it, Eric.
Moisturizer.
Gosh. I'm angry at you, Eric, because I've never thought of that. Now I'm not going to be able to unthink it. Why do we put milk on it?
Good. I'm glad.
It's a dampener. You have to dampen your. It's a wettener.
A wettener.
A moistener.
A moistener. Yeah, you got to dampen it down.
Your cereal has to be moist.
I understand people who don't drink milk for health reasons. I don't understand anyone who just thinks the taste of milk is so bad they can't drink it with cereal. And especially since if you go 1% or something, it gets more watered down and doesn't even really have much of a taste. But it's still white.
That's pretty much water. 1% milk is pretty much water.
But it's still white because just clear liquid in cereal will be just gross. Then now what you have is you just have a sink full of wet food, and that's something that I can't be a part of.
Oh.
So it's okay if milk wettens the food.
Yeah, because I don't know, it just has a different reaction. If you pour milk on just one piece of cereal, and it just doesn't do that. But if you soak a piece of cereal in water, it just starts to break down and mush into the bowl. It's just a different reaction. And it's science. I don't quite understand it, but it's something happens.
Science.
It's a reaction.
Science. Okay, Cookie says neither for the Fruity Pebbles and the Golden Gray. Now, I forgot to ask the question. So again, I'm not a cereal eater. Golden Gray hams are like graham crackers, right?
Yeah, that's what they're going for.
I love graham.
It's a much more dense graham. Oh, dude, you could totally eat a box of Golden Grahams and be none the wiser. You might actually like it better.
You don't have to eat milk with it. You could just get a box and sift it out with your palm.
The boss says, Todd's boss says Fruity Pebbles.
All right, and Cookie, you have to vote for something. Cookie, let me explain to you how these work, man. You gotta pick. You gotta pick. You don't get it. You can't be watching Duke and Kentucky and say, "I want to bring in another team and replace these teams."
Yeah, it's
I want to
Hulk
bring in
Hogan.
North Carolina and
Hulk
replace
Hogan
these
versus
teams.
Andre the Giant, and then Cookie says Stone Cold.
And you have to pick one.
Miss Wilson says Gray hams. Fruity Pebbles are yucca blucka. Ew.
Yucca blucka, yucca bluka.
Gary, welcome. Says
Welcome,
cereal with water, soup, or chili.
Well,
Cookie says
beer.
cereal with beer. Okay.
I've heard of that.
It's all
Josh, if you
grains.
don't drink your milk, you can't have any cereals. Well, that's just fine with me. And
Grams if he must.
Cookie says grams if he must.
Man, I haven't voted. Brady, you voted Grams.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie
But you-
voted Grams.
Now wait a minute. Are you hedging here, Todd? Because you started off this whole trope
I did.
of saying
I see what you
that-
did there.
that Golden Gray hams was the perfect cereal.
I did, and I did mention though that it's going against. At least last week I mentioned Fruity Pebbles is another one of my favorite cereals. So this is very tough for me. But I'm going to give the edge to Golden Grahams.
Golden Gray hams.
Grahams.
Rhonda says Pebbles. Actually, I think the audience vote.
Is Pebbles.
Or is it even?
No, I think it's even. Because Celia said Pebbles. Rhonda said Pebbles. Cookie said Grahams. Miss Wilson said Grahams. Josh. Josh didn't vote. Josh didn't vote. So we're talking that Brady's eating Reese Puffs on the program.
They didn't even make the tournament.
Yeah, what a weak team. Didn't even make the tournament.
So what do I write here? We have another vote for Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Yeah, Pebbles is running away with it.
Pebbles it is. And you know what? I could change. Oh, wow.
Josh says Grahams. Actually, he says Grams.
Whoa, what are you doing, Josh?
That's a whole different kind of sugar.
That's booger sugar.
There should be a cereal called Booger Sugar.
Made in Colombia.
So I guess our votes break the tie. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't like that either because I would be happy with either one of them winning.
So my vote breaks the tie because you said Pebbles, Brady, right?
No, I said
Brady said
Graham.
Grahams.
Oh, Brady said Grahams. Yeah, he didn't like the fish flakes. I would probably say Grahams, but
I think the audience is leaning Pebbles, aren't they?
No,
Y'all leaning Pebbles.
all tied up. We'll say Grahams.
Grahams it is. Yanks.
All right, let's go across the bracket. Number 1 seed Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yuck. Versus Count Chocula. Not even a game for me. Why'd you turn into Herman Munster there for a second?
I was close. No, yeah, I definitely like the Count Chocula. Hey, I like the other, but I'm gonna go with Count Chocula on this one, and because it does have marshmallows.
It does
So-
indeed.
Marshmallows?
Oh,
Marshmallows?
Was it
but I do
first
want to.
question?
At Kroger the other night, here I'm saying it again. I bought a different kind of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It was churro Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So they were shaped like mini churros, and they tasted like churros, and they're excellent. So
Hence, not Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That would be
Correct.
Churro Crunch.
yes,
But it was still called Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
yes. It's kind of like Mountain Dew Red Zone, where it says Mountain Dew, but gives you the variation. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch churro.
So doing the CSI thing and going off name recognition for totally
Yes.
different shows.
CSI Hoboken.
Something I should have probably been doing as well for our listeners who weren't here last week is I should have been saying who each team beat to get to the second round. Cinnamon Toast Crunch took out a very underwhelming Blueberry team.
Boobery.
Blueberry.
There'll be no boobery in this tournament.
Yeah, Blueberry was a weak effort in the Monster cereal lineup.
You had line mouth. That's why. Because Blueberry always had a line mouth that had no definition. Like he was intoxicated in comic books. So anyway, sorry, just throwing that out there.
Do we have any votes on this one? Count Chocula versus Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yocula.
Celia Cinnamon Toast
you
Crunch.
kidding
Cookie
me?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Miss Wilson Cinnamon Toast
Oh.
Crunch. Chocula's taking a beating from the
It's
audience.
anonymous.
Now
Been married for almost 21 years, and I did not know that Celia liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch over Count Chocula.
How about that?
How sad is that?
We've
End.
come
It
to
might
a-
end.
we-
It
we've
might
come to-
end before 21 years.
We have come to a crossroads in the
A crossroads.
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 Grassroots.
This is an absolute bloodletting.
My
Rhonda
gosh.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Allison Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Kirsten Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Welcome, Kirsten. And Cookie also again asking about cereals not in the game right now.
Yes, I do have that information for you, Cookie. Kix was handily beaten by Golden Grahams.
So Celia also says, I don't do a lot of chocolate stuff. Now I don't
That
want
is
to go
true.
into all that.
She does. I will say that she doesn't like chocolate candies and foods and things like that a whole lot.
Well, there
She's
you
weird.
She's
She also prefers pie to cake. That's a whole nother debate. But yeah,
I prefer pie to cake.
I like cake much better. So we don't even need to go on. As sad as
Yeah.
I am about this,
Yeah.
I mean, Count Chocula was the favorite.
The audience
Actually, it
has
wasn't.
spoken.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the number one seed, so I'm not surprised it won. But I am disappointed.
Audience has spoken.
Yes, they have, and we appreciate our audience so much that we're not even going to.
No, there's no debate.
There's no
The
debate,
audience
yeah.
has spoken.
Oh, and by the way, Count Chocula beat Raisin Bran to make it to the second round. So
I could beat Raisin Bran.
What does that mean?
I don't even know what that means. I can out cereal Raisin Bran, and I'm not even a cereal. In case you haven't noticed.
There you go.
All right, next game we have Apple Jacks. They beat
Cinnamon Toast.
Apple Jacks beat a feisty Frosted Flakes team, but
Great.
against Honey Nut Cheerios. There's your Honey Nut Cheerios, folks. Honey Nut Cheerios versus Apple Jacks. 2 versus 3 seed.
I don't care for the Cheerios in any way, and I love Apple Jacks. I have some in my pantry right now, and not only is it Apple Jacks, it came as Apple Jacks with extra cinnamon stuff. It said extra cinnamon or something like that.
Just something about Apple Jacks. It does hold it's very nicely textured, and it does well in the milk.
Milk.
But I just don't know that I like milk, the combination of apple, cinnamon, and milk. That is one where I think milk hurts the final score for me.
Okay. All right.
I'm going Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Cap and Crunch, is that still in the tournament? Welcome,
is.
Christy, by the way.
Not in this game, not in this particular game, but it is. It's coming up later.
We'll be speaking Cap and Crunch here in a moment.
Yes.
Cookie. Damn it, Jim! Raisin Bran is awesome. If you like smooth excretory systems.
You separate those. You separate those two ingredients, and neither one of them are awesome. So putting them together does not fool anyone.
I do like being Apple Yak. They have a nice they make the Rice Krispie treats, but they're Apple Yak treats, and they're wonderful.
Josh, Apple Jacks. Allison, Apple Jacks were her favorite. Celia just says AJ. Cookie.
Thank you.
Honey Nuts. Miss Wilson, Honey Nuts.
Uh-oh, we're coming back.
Cheerios.
We're coming back, my nut friends.
She says Apple Jacks has a weird.
I agree, Miss
No,
Wilson.
I even like him, and I understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple Jacks thus far. Do we have any other votes from the audience? Oh, Cap and Crunch. Yeah, she's still talking about Cap and Crunch. We'll get to that in a moment.
Hold your horses.
I think
there we go.
Rhonda, Apple Jacks.
yeah, I think Apple Jacks. Man,
Gary, what is HNC?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, gotcha. Honey Nut Cheerios.
I wrote Apple Cheerios. I don't think I can just create my own. There is an Apple Cheerios, I think, but
Oh man, don't call it a comeback.
hang on a
Yeah,
minute.
Cheerios. Coming back.
I wrote two.
Cheerios.
Maybe I got a little too.
The Boobery Cheerios are fabulous.
They are pretty good.
They have Boobery Cheerios.
And we're back agreeing again, Celia. They are pretty tasty.
The marriage has been salvaged.
That's right.
Because of Boobery Cheerios.
Chocolate Cheerios are good, and peanut butter Cheerios are good.
Chocolate Cheerios. That's just like something you say when you're surprised unpleasantly. Chocolate Cheerios.
But they need to make a mixture of. They may already the chocolate and the peanut butter Cheerios. Let me get.
So, Celia, I forgot the last part of that comment there. She does not like the Honey Nut Cheerios and goes as far as to put the green Vamity face.
Whatever.
The nauseous one.
What is the total up to?
Let me see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Apple Yaks. Well, no, I guess Celia voted Apple Yaks too.
Yeah.
She did not vote for Honey Nut Cheerios. So So 6 Apple Yaks. And 1, 2.
We are butchering these cereal titles.
3, 4. It's like 4 for Cheerio. 4. 3 or 4.
All right, Apple Yaks it is.
Cookie says Jennifer and I debate on fruits in cereal or fruit flavored cereal.
I don't like fruit in my cereal. Oh, I take that back. I can slice up a banana and put it in a lot of cereals. All right, I'm writing it down. I'm calling it a game. Apple Yaks.
Apple Yaks for the win.
All right, here we go. Next contest. There we go. We'll call it a contest.
Don't call it a contest.
Coco Puffs, number 1 seed, versus Captain Crunch,
Ooh, there's your
number
Cap'n
5
Crunch,
seed.
Christy.
It's just regular Captain Crunch. No fruit balls.
No crunch berries.
It's a fruit ballless Captain Crunch.
Plain old Cap'n Crunch.
Cap'n for me. And a very, 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 very difficult one, but I do like me some Captain.
I'm going Cocoa Puffs. I like the roof of my mouth intact.
It's like a palate exfoliant, but it's delicious.
Allison, Cap'n Crunch with 3 exclamation points. Cookie, Cap'n Crunch. Kirsten, Cap'n Crunch. Jim, Cap'n Crunch.
And Christy was definitely with
Celia,
the
Cap'n Crunch.
Oh,
Josh, Cap'n Crunch. First vote for the Puffs from Rhonda.
We got a puff vote.
the puffery.
The puffery has appeared. Puffery?
Well, Eric, you would be a puffery vote. You would be a Puffs vote. It's chocolate.
That is one of my rules. Chocolate is better than not chocolate.
Do they make chocolate Captain Crunch?
They have.
Okay.
It was a limited run.
Gotcha. Looks like Captain Crunch
Cap'n Crunch
has run away with it.
Yes.
Christy didn't vote. I assume she would go with Cap'n Crunch.
It would be funny if she voted Cocoa Puffs.
It's all about the matchups.
All right. The last one we have is a undeserving.
Rhonda says puff, puff, pass.
An undeserving undeserving Cocoa Crisp. Gosh. Versus Lucky Charms.
Hey, I'm going to be after the Lucky Charms.
I'm going with the Charms. I said it last week, Cookie Crisp, if I'm going to try to eat it, don't take a cookie. Don't take something as glorious as a cookie and make it taste like shit in a bowl. Then I'm supposed to pour milk on it. Because they didn't improve upon the cookie whatsoever. They just made it smaller, more ceramic. More nary. And they spray painted them to look like chocolate chip cookies.
No, they got little nobules on them. It's little chocolate nobules.
I know. Nothing worth getting excited about.
The cookie crook thought so.
Speaking of cookies, Cookie calling you out, Todd. Todd, you're not letting the milk do its work so it doesn't tear the roof of your mouth.
You've met me, Cookie. I am too impatient to let the milk do its job. I got to eat it so I can eat another bowl right quick.
Right, directly.
Left quick.
Cookie says LC.
Lucky Charms. Here we go.
LC. Josh with the cookie.
That's literally, Josh. That is the size of the cookies in the cereal. Don't tell me that's a cookie.
See, it's a cookie in the milk.
That is not a pimple on a cookie's ass, is what that is not.
Miss Wilson says neither.
Oh.
Got to pick a side.
Lucky Charms over Coco.
Kirsten, LC. Rhonda, Lucky Charms, 100%. Looks like, once again, the audience has spoken. Lucky Charms.
Yes.
And I would, when given the choice here, I'm very partial toward marshmallows. So I think Lucky Charms could be. Now tell me this. Obviously, again, I'm not a cereal eater. When you put those hard marshmallows in the milk, does that soften them up any?
Around
Yeah.
the edge.
Around the edge, yeah, they retain some firmness.
It doesn't really soak in the milk to the core of the marshmallow, but it kind of does soften the edges.
Gotcha.
And they do make chocolate Lucky Charms now.
They do.
I
But
don't know how I feel about that.
That's has both, Eric. That's the best of both worlds. It follows both of your rules: chocolate and marshmallows.
yes.
True.
My only complaint with Lucky Charms is the oat knot marshmallow part. Kind of looks like it's the exact same shape as a little frisky, like the cat food. Because my grandma would feed her cat that, and I was almost mistaken to thinking they were Lucky Charms, but they were Lil Friskies.
Little Friskies.
Was the Frisky commercial? Was that fresh? What was that?
That was
What
Fresh Step.
Fresh Step, right? No, that's litter, isn't it? Cookie says the chocolate Lucky Charms are terrible.
I've never had them. I'll take your word for it, Cookie. So we're looking at the
Charms.
time. We probably need to tune in next
Yeah.
week for the Elite Eight.
It's gonna be like the real NCAA tournament.
Exactly.
It'll be March when we're
The
done.
Elite Eight. It's going to be a barn burner.
All right, come
A
back.
bowl
next
burner.
week. We'll finish up the Elite Eight and we'll crown a champion of the cereal world.
Boy, if I lose this paper, we're screwed.
Yes, you are. Exactly. Yeah, I gotta keep track of that.
Yes.
All right,
Let's be honest, Eric. You would be doing it digitally on your phone.
I would be. I would be. That is correct. All right.
Just gonna quickly, got to tell the story about us, the three of us going, having a evening out together for some dinner and some hotel Scrabble, and Eric demanded that
That's how we roll.
we waited an hour for him to download this Scrabble scoring mechanism on his app on his phone. Meanwhile, we could have played 2 rounds of it and scored it ourselves the old-fashioned way.
You are correct.
We're such animals. Our hotel
Yes.
room Scrabble.
Once again, visit our website, www.playbyyourpodcast.com. You can go to our support page, our membership and fan support page. You can become a member of our podcast. This is a labor of love for us, and there are some expenses involved. We appreciate all of our members, our Earbud Hall of Fame listed here. Savannah Brown, Allison Chavis, Chuck Griffin, Jessica Longacre, Rhonda Reeser, Christy Rocky, and Joe Rocky. So thanks to one and all for their support. And when you go to that page, you can click on that Buy Me a Coffee link right there. That will take you to our crowd sourcing platform, and you can become a member. All right. Brady,
Yeah.
your turn, brother.
Okay. This really doesn't qualify as a game. This is more of an
Debate.
activity, a debate that has some rules and format. But we're going to play the lately popular One's Gotta Go. One's Gotta Go. So the way this works is I will be giving 4 different items, people in some cases.
I don't think it's always 4, but I just want to throw that
Yeah,
out there.
true. Yeah, that is true. It could be, many numeric forms, but we're gonna probably keep it 4 and under. And you have to choose one that has to go. Now you might love all 4, but that's what makes this game challenging to some. So you had to pick the one that's gotta go. They get tossed off the lifeboat. So is everybody in agreement to these rules?
Yeah.
All right. So I am going to start off. We're going to briefly step out of food and we're going to go to actors.
Okay.
All right. And the four actors, remember, one's got to go. We have Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Samuel L. Jackson, and Robert Downey Jr. So Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Samuel L., and Robert DJ.
All right, let's
Whoops.
see if I can share this here. Pick the right tab.
It needs to throw up the picture there, possibly. There it comes.
Well,
Oh, nope.
Wrong
Wrong
one.
picture.
All right, say them again, Brady.
Okay, it is Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Samuel L. Jackson, and Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man if you're nasty. There we go.
Yes. Todd, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. I would say Will Smith. That would be my vote. I don't know if I can give any good reason for that other than I think the body of work of the other three outpaces that of Will Smith. In my opinion, I can be again just my opinion.
I was actually leaning Will Smith as well. Excuse me, and for that exact reason. But right at the last minute, I thought I could also go Robert Downey Jr. I cannot go Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is an absolute nut job, but I like him.
I mean, Top Gun.
Exactly. Cocktail, Risky Business.
The Color of Money.
Yeah, so many good movies back in the day, and you know, can't get rid of Samuel L. So it's between Robert Downey Jr. and Will Smith to me, and I am going to go Robert Downey Jr.
Oh.
But it was close. It was close.
So, as far as skilled actors, would you
I
say
think Will Smith is more versatile than Robert Downey Jr.
You think so?
I think so for the simple fact that, well, I mean, I guess we get out of acting and we go into, you know, he had a music career. I mean, when you think of, okay, I think of the Fresh Prince, right? Who would have ever thought the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air would be playing Muhammad Ali in a movie? You see what I'm saying? I never took him serious.
Yeah.
I never took him serious when he was the Fresh Prince. I thought, okay, he's a funny sitcom actor. He got this because he was a rapper. He was a famous rapper. But he surprised me with what he was with his range and what he was able to do.
Yeah.
I do think Robert Downey Jr. kind of plays the same character in everything he's in for the most part. These days, not the old Robert Downey Jr. back in the 80s, but these days I think he's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably has fallen into a formula lately.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to vote. I'm not trying to jump in here, but I need to defend Robert a little bit. And it's a tough call. Once again, I'm following along like they're all excellent. But I'm going to let Will Smith go. Only because not only do I mean, he's iconic as Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. is, but man, he was awesome in Weird Science. He was awesome in Less Than Zero.
That's what made it tough for me, Brady. The Weird Science, Less Than Zero.
Yeah.
Those movies to me were I like him best in.
I forgot about Chaplin.
True.
I'm going to be quite honest with you, and I'll probably catch some crap for saying this, but I think you could have put lots of people in something as big as Marvel movies like Iron Man, and I think they could have been successful.
Right.
You know?
All right, audience votes. Celia says, bye, Will. Josh says, Tom got to go. Gary also says, see you, Tom. Cookie, Snakes on a Plane makes any choice easy not to like.
Come on, man. It's snakes.
Miss Wilson also says Will Smith should be gone. Cookie says Robert Downey Jr. liked that booger sugar cereal. Well, yeah, yes, he
Indeed.
did. Kirsten, Will to go. Tom is nutty but has classic movies. And Celia does say Robert Downey Jr. in Less Than Zero was terrific.
Yeah.
So it's like the audience kind of leaning toward getting rid of Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So are we declaring, unfortunately, that Will has been
Will
voted
has to
off
go.
the island?
Will is gone.
All right. I think we need to continue on with this vein. Eric, I'm calling an audible here. Okay. So we're going to go on with the actors. And, hold on. Poopity. Okay, hold on. I got it. It was on there, but then I lost it. So here it goes. One's got to go. Seth Rogen, Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, or Will Ferrell? Seth Rogen, Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, and Will Ferrell. One's got to go.
Man, this is a 50. There's two that definitely can't go, and two that I could have go and not care.
Right.
I can't get rid of Will Ferrell, and I can't get rid of Adam Sandler. Is it my turn to go? You mean to go first, Eric, this time?
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
I'm going to go again. I could easily get rid of two of them, and it really has nothing to do. I've enjoyed lots of their movies. I think what I'm having a hard time with this game is like, if we're talking Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, when he wasn't just an angry artist spewing his BS. It would have been easier to keep him, but he can go. It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard to take this and like, do you use the entire body of work, including, you know what I mean, or do you?
There's
That's what's
no
hard to do.
qualifiers. It just one's got to go, but it doesn't really narrow you down anymore.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same about Seth Rogen. I mean, I don't know that any of Seth Rogen's movies were quite as maybe as iconic as some of early Jim Carrey. I don't know if that's true or not, but Ace Ventura, they still hold up well. You watch Ace Ventura now, it's still funny.
Yes.
You watch Dumb and Dumber now, it's still funny.
Yes.
But I'm still going Jim Carrey.
All right. So I'm going to put up these audience votes, and then I'm going to put up a last comment that really encapsulates my vote as well. Celia says, bye, Seth. Kirsten, see you, Seth. Jim, this is a comment that immediately came to my mind. Seth Rogen plays the same character in every movie, according to Jim. That's my take. That's why Seth Rogen has to go, in my opinion.
Here is where I'm having a complicated go at it, because I've enjoyed a lot of Seth Rogen movies. By the way, Will Ferrell is untouchable, and Adam Sandler's untouchable. But I think I liked more Seth Rogen movies, but the Jim Carrey movie, like Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber, that's all you need.
Yeah.
And so
I could be talked out of my vote. I really could. It was that close.
I'm the same way.
I think Seth Rogen comes in with, I will agree he plays the same, but I think that could be said for a lot of, Adam Sandler for years, he made his living off of the same dopey voices.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. But Seth Rogen also brings in the director and writing aspect of it. He wrote what was the movie? What was the movie where the comedian had cancer? Or it wasn't a comedian.
Andy Kaufman.
No. His buddy had cancer, and it was like I said comedian, but he wasn't a comedian. The guy had cancer, and Seth Rogen. He's written some good things.
Yeah.
I don't know that Jim Carrey's done much writing, and directing, but like you said, Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber. They're iconic. So it's a tough one.
Yes.
Again, Seth
all
already
right.
my vote. And Celia said go with your gut, Todd.
I did. I usually do.
We play it by ear. Okay. So we're gonna step out to a food.
Food.
We're gonna step back into food. And so Eric, it's the first one on your list that we'd originally gonna lead off with.
Okay, well, I got to get back to that now.
Sorry, man.
You threw me a curveball.
I did throw you a curveball.
Just so we can explain this to the audience, we are not breaking our play it by rule or play it by ear rules. This was a 3 minutes before showtime. We said Brady told us this topic, and we said, "Hey, Eric, could you be ready for some pictures?" And I think that's what we're talking about here. So
Yes.
I don't want people to think that we are breaking our own
Rules.
Our own
formula.
credo.
Yeah.
All right. So, Eric, I hope we're on the same one, but I'm going to limit it to 4 because I think 9 is overwhelming. So I'm going to do the postage
but here's
stamp.
hey, look, can I throw in an argument to that?
Yes.
If you make it 4, then you have already eliminated some without our votes.
That's correct.
I think you need to throw
It's
the whole
my
9 up there.
segment.
I know, but I think you need to throw the whole 9 up there, especially if he's got pictures.
Is
Let's
this
do
the
this one, Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't okay. Let's say there's 6 there, but I don't think that's the
Yeah.
one Brady was talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't, but this is great. So for those of you in audio world, one's gotta go. These confectionery treats. Twix, Reese's Cups, Hershey's,
Hershey's.
a Butterfinger, Snickers, and Milky Way. So Twix, Reese's, Hershey's, Butterfinger, Snickers, and Milky Way.
One has to go.
One has to go.
This is a hell of a lot easier than if you only have to pick one. I like the
Correct.
one has to go better than that.
Now let's qualify here, Brady. That's
Uh-oh.
Hershey's milk chocolate with almonds.
It is with almonds.
It
I see
is.
that now.
I just see that. It does have nuttery in it. It is a Hershey's almond milk chocolate bar. It's not a plain one.
Now, if you had a 0 bar in there, this wouldn't even be a contest. Slap that bad boy in the refrigerator and look out.
I love me some zeros.
Me too. Or a Mars bar. Mars and 0 bars are the two that I would choose over anything.
Is it my turn to go first?
I think it is, Eric.
Okay, so I think the answer to this question comes down to, do you like the peanuts or not? That's why I would have to say Snickers has to go, because
Oh my.
a Milky Way is basically a Snickers without peanuts. So I'll go with the Milky Way. I mean, the Snickers has to go. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'm going to give Todd the anchor position on this one. Now, these are all delicious, but one's got to go. I love, Twix. You got a nice loaded candy bag there. There's two. There's a there's. You don't have to stop at one.
That's
Twix.
a nice loaded candy bag you got there.
Yeah. You don't have.
What
to
do you call
stop
that thing?
in-
A Twix, eh?
well, what I'm saying is you could eat one Twix at a time, or you could gorge yourself on the
Eat
Twix.
One Twick or 2 Twocks.
And Reese's Cup is an untouchable.
Yes.
Yes.
I think Snickers and Milky Ways are untouchable. I love me a Butterfilandy. Those are those are wonderful. And the one that is probably going to catch the most shade, and even though it is delicious, a Hershey bar is a bit thin and sometimes leaves me unsatisfied. So I am going to say Hershey's almond is leaving the island.
All right. It's hard to follow that, but I appreciate that. Eric, I will disagree, first off, that a Milky Way is just like a Snickers without the peanuts. First off, isn't a Snickers dark chocolate or darker chocolate than a Milky Way?
No, I think he's correct. I think originally it was the
Really?
same thing, except but one had the nuts in it.
Yeah, but it just to me it changes the taste so much. If I would compare a Milky Way to a Three Musketeers more than anything.
Yeah,
I think they have the same taste pretty much. And honestly, the Hershey with almonds changes that for me as well. If it were just a regular Hershey bar, it would stay. I like almonds. I like all nuttery in candy bars. And I am a big fan of the butter digit. But I am going to say it's between Milky Way gone and Hershey bar gone for me. And if it were a regular Hershey bar, it would stay and the Milky Way would go. But since it's a Hershey with almond, that cheapens the Hershey bar. I'm getting rid of it.
Wonder how many people's lost a tooth that one of those gigantic almonds they've got thrown in there.
Yeah,
Think about it though. You have a bag of Hershey bars, and you lay them out on a table, and you have everybody sift it. They're never picking the one with almonds. Never. They're always picking the ones sans almonds.
That's a valid point too. I mean, you take a big old bite out of that thing and don't know it has almonds in it. That could be a surprise.
Especially, it depends on it all depends on how which part of the almond your tooth hits. If it hits the very tip of the almond, you're pretty safe. If it hits 3/4 past of the almond, you're pretty safe. But if it's at like the quarter mark of the almond, you're right. You got a dental appointment awaiting you. Because the hardness of the almond changes as it goes.
It does. All right, audience votes.
Oh man,
Milky
Cookie
Way.
says Milky Way. Celia says Milky Way. Rhonda
Milky
says
Way. I'm not surprised by this at all. It was my pick until I saw the.
Allison says Twix needs to go. Kirsten and Gary, the butter phalange goes.
butter digit.
Cookie, one has caramel and nuts, the other just taffy.
Toffee.
Cookie also says he disagrees. The almonds are better.
And I know there's probably people that, absolutely. My daughter Egan's that way. She likes the almond ones.
Wifey's calling you to task, Todd.
On crack.
Are you on crack?
Not calling you to task.
Almonds have protein, which makes the bar healthy.
Nobody likes Hershey bars with almonds except Cookie.
Miss Wilson, the female Snickers must go. Bye, Milky Way.
Miss Wilson, are you allowed to say that now? I never thought of that as a female Snickers.
Deanna, welcome. First of all,
Hey, Deanna.
Secondly, that's a hot take right there, saying the Reese has to go.
Man. Especially this time of year when the
Yeah.
Reese pumpkin is out there kicking ass.
Yeah.
Taking names.
Taking names.
Not to be confused with the special edition Reese Bat that come out that one time. Remember we did the Halloween
Bat.
candy? Yes, we did the Halloween candy, and you guys argued me that there was never a Reese Bat, and I found a picture of it and proved you guys wrong.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now, there are some that claim that the Reese pumpkin, the Reese tree, the Reese bat, the Reese egg, and the Reese cup
The Reese pelican, and the Reese eel.
all taste different.
I think they all taste different than a regular Reese, than just a regular Reese sphere or disc. I mean, like a circle.
Does a shapen Reese taste all the same versus a regular cup?
Well, no. Well, I'm going to say it changes the taste some, simply because there's just more peanut butter.
Well, it does. Well, more. Well, and plus you create crevices when you change the shape. And well, just like I think we've talked about this. My cousin John Whitney, who listens occasionally, says that a medium pizza tastes better than large and small pizzas, and I think he's right. I mean, I don't know why.
Yes. Oh, that just makes total sense. And once again, it's one of those things where I get it, and I'm afraid I get it. All right. So it sounds like we have that Hershey's
couple
with
more
almonds.
things here. Yeah,
Oh, go
Rhonda
ahead.
says, Rhonda loves Hershey's with almonds, and Deanna goes on to say peanut butter and chocolate green vomity face.
Deanna came to
Oh.
play tonight.
He did.
She's bringing her.
That's a strong take.
That is.
Yes.
But we welcome everyone's take on
Absolutely.
Yes.
Play It By Your
We
podcast.
like the discussion.
Gary also says more peanut butter filling for the shapes.
Oh, that's where I was kind of going with that.
So, speaking of the peanut butter in the Reese, now if you took that same peanut butter and slathered it on some bread, it would be gross. In my opinion, it's not meant for that.
Oh, it is a different texture. It's kind of like a Buckeye. You know, I've made them. I've helped my grandmother and people make them, and it feels like peanut butter until that chocolate goes on, and it changes it forever. So it's no longer just a ball of peanut butter. And I think it's kind of the same thing. Like once it's like that, it can't be breadable. And
Breadable.
yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
well, you know, Buckeyes are hard to mess up.
true.
But I have had the occasional Buckeye that doesn't excite me.
All right, Brady.
Or,
is this
as
one?
Brady
you,
would probably say, a Buck Oculus or something like that.
Buckoculus. All right.
so this one you sent me, Brady. Here. Is
Yes.
This one.
Yes, that's it.
Ooh.
Fast food, sort of. No particular restaurant, but here it goes. One must go. Burgers, wings, pizza, or tacos.
Tacos. Is it my turn to go first this time?
It is.
This is fast and easy for me, especially if there's bone in. Wings are gone.
Oh,
I concur.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, if they're
because-
boneless, they at least put up a fight.
yeah,
But bone-in wings,
bone and wing is
they're a
just
thing of the past.
It's a pigeon leg. Let's be honest. That's what it is.
Okay, I'm going to put another qualifier in here because just going by the picture, we have again the burger, which is like a triple decker or something.
Looks like it. Might have
That
some
looks
bacon. on it.
delicious.
Bone-in wings are in the picture.
That was very aggressive, Eric.
Bone-in.
It's the most
Wow.
aggressive B ever announced.
Pepperoni's pizza and hard tacos.
Looks like the hard tacos look like it's just regular old ground beef tacos too, like nothing,
Yeah.
no chicken or fish or
Chorizo.
steak.
So that there may qualifiers here. If there were boneless wings, the hard taco would go.
Yeah.
I like my.
I would
tacos
agree.
Soft.
And
I would
supple.
prefer them soft and supple. Yes, prefer them with chickens, not the beef.
Chichens.
Chickens.
Is
But
that
as
pizza?
As it stands here, the bone-in wings go.
Is that pizza that I'm looking at? Man, I need to zoom in, I think, but it looks to me like it might be stuffed crust. And if it's stuffed crust,
Ooh.
it puts it above literally anything else you could put on that graphic. Is it stuffed crusted?
And I would say I don't know about the crust, but I would say this is the only pizza I've ever viewed that has more pepperonis than cheese.
It is.
I
That
was
is a nice
remarking
ratio.
It is easy for me because I do not like the bone-in wings. It's too much trouble. Why go through all that?
Not only that, but honestly, if you dig into a bone-in wing, you're eating a lot of stuff that doesn't look like it's edible.
Oh, you got sinew and feather.
I mean, seriously, there's a lot of brown in there, a lot of vein.
Undefinable brown.
It's just brown number 3 and or brown number 2, I should call it. And there's veinery in there. There's
There's a ligament and a tendon.
There's some circulatory system.
yes. But see, the boneless wings, all that's been removed.
ACL, it's anterior cluck ligament.
Cookie says the taco must go. Josh says wings if bone in. So along with my vote. Miss Wilson says wings. Gary says tackas.
Tackas.
Let me
Jim
Tackas.
Tackas. Now Cookie come I guess a strong take. If they're boneless, it's a freaking McNugget. Men cards should be revoked for not eating the bone-in wing.
Cookie, I am going to come right back at you. I'm going to say, any man with no more roof in his mouth, like you after eating all that Captain Crunch, doesn't give a damn if it's bone in or bone out. You can't taste anything anyway.
I'm going to mark it up to evolution. We have now progressed past the point where we need to leave a bone in something to break our teeth. So I call it the advancement of mankind. Not in a loincloth, gnawing on a big old femur of a yak.
I say I got a yak. I don't mean I got a hairy buffalo living in my backyard.
Oh.
I'm messing with you, Cookie. But seriously, if you eat that Captain Crunch, you can't taste anything anyway. Just blood.
Captain Blood.
Gary prefers bone-in to oblong nuggets.
Let's set this straight. I don't like chicken nuggets. I'm not a big chicken nugget fan.
Oh, really?
I prefer the steak nuggets of the old starting elementary days.
Ooh. Questionable.
Nuggets.
Possum nuggets.
When I'm pulling a fiscus with my hiss laugh. Because I remember a certain lunchroom worker we had that used to give us extra, and I think I've said this before, but we were stuffing chicken and steak nuggets in our pockets long before Napoleon Dynamite was stuffing tots in his pocket.
Tots are deserving to be stuffed into pockets.
My bugle boys were stuffed to the brim with steak nuggets and chicken nuggets.
Smuggling meat out of the cafeteria, huh?
Been smuggling meat my whole life.
We've broken Brady.
Oh, my pancreas. Oh.
You know you're getting old. Oh, my pancreas. But anyway, I will agree that a bone-in wing I would prefer over a chicken nugget. But I'm talking like a boneless wing. There's a difference.
Yeah.
The shape, the size,
the color.
Yeah. It's not
Gotta
gray.
avoid that brown.
The crunch factor.
Have you seen people that eat the wings, the bone-in wings that just like literally put the whole wing in their mouth and just one sucking motion they pull it out and it's just nothing but a
chicken femur.
Yeah, a chalk white bone there in their finger. They've sucked all the gray and brown off the bone and there's literally no hue left. It's a hueless rod of
like the piranha got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So Cookie asks, he's still going at it. So before the boneless wings, you guys never ate wings. That is correct.
No, that is correct.
I actually did, Cookie, but I spent more time licking my fingers than anything on those damn things.
Cookie says that's how he eats them, the vanishing of the meats from the bun.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Like Tom and Jerry, like when Tom was eating a turkey leg, and they were exaggerating where he was sticking in his mouth and just comes off bone.
So, can you do that not only with the little chicken drumsticks, but the actual wing? You can like is that how you eat that too? Because I think that would be very difficult.
Now here's a secondary debate we could have with our guests, with our audience. I am a drummy person over the wing. You know what I mean? I'm a drummy.
Yeah, I'm with you there. If having to make a choice between the little drumstick and the wing, the little drumstick wins.
Yeah, easily. There's more meat. There's no way you could argue that there's more meat on a drummy.
Right.
There's not more meat on a drummy.
So Gary does bring up a good point. Surely Brady can appreciate the internal food handle of the boneless wing.
Hey, I do appreciate that there's a handle, but I don't want to know on it.
All right, Cookie keeps at that. So no fried chicken. It's a different thing.
It is different.
Different thing.
You don't see people take an entire chicken breast and put it in their mouth and just pull out and just have a bone left in their hand.
Have a sternum in their mouth.
A chest plate in their hand.
Miss Wilson, hey, your school cooks had to make do, and being in a rural community helped keep you fed. Remember, one of the classrooms was in a coal bin. That is true.
You're referring to my possum nugget reference.
I tell you, I have fond memories of the Sardinian Elementary food. I was always a lunch eater. Give me that veal patty on bun.
Well, I did not think that the school lunch held up to me walking home.
Well, yeah,
and making a profit off the
Gorging
black
yourself
market.
on chicken Patricias.
This is true. And watching game shows.
Yep.
I'm sure it didn't satisfy our uppity friends who like their fresh trout lunch either, but still.
This is true as well. All right. I believe we've exhausted that. I think the wings are the ones to go.
And I think we've exhausted. I think it's about time for your game, Eric. But this is a topic that needs to be revisited.
We could do this all day long. We could have just an entire episode of this.
Yeah. All right. Want to go back to
We should one time do it where we all three do that topic, but like one of us does foods, one of us does actors, and one of us does something else, some sort of products.
Yeah.
Or shows.
All right. Yeah, I got to go back to our website here. And we always talk about our play-by-ear isms. We've made mention of several of those here in this particular episode tonight. And if you're wondering what in the world we are talking about, which sometimes we wonder what in the world we're talking about, you can go to our Urban Dictionary style list of terms used by the host here on the show. And we'll go with handles since Cookie brought it up. Handles, according to our isms, the part of a food item that has been held betwixt your fingers that is cast aside as rubbish because it has ceased to be food and becomes a disposable utensil. And the sentence, oh man, Brady left behind a bunch of French fry handles on his tray because he fears them soiled and a sharpened hazard. Speaking of hazardous things that will impale the roof of your mouth, Cap'n Crunch and French fry handles.
I want to throw this out here before we go because I've just been sitting on it for 2 weeks, like the Cap'n Crunch thing. One of my favorite shows when it was on was Psych, and it was really funny. And one of the most memorable scenes is the main character is going to the actual day workplace of the other one, and the secretary buzzes in. It's like, there's a Lieutenant Crunch here to see you, sir. It's like, well, send him in. He said, on the way down the hall, I received a promotion. I am now Captain Crunch. And I went on laughing heartily for 45 minutes. Hit my funny bone. So that's why I always think about when I hear Captain Crunch.
Cookie leaves that topic with a parting comment.
It's very
in all caps. I
very
love
aggressive.
bone-in wings.
We love you, Cookie.
You made a compelling argument for said bone-in wings. All right, so we are to our game. My topic.
Game.
Time to get out the sucker.
We are playing straight up Card Sharks here tonight.
Card
We've
Sharks.
sometimes played different games that had Card Shark type questions in them, but this is truly the game of Card Sharks. If you've never watched the game show, the round will start out with a question in which one of our co-hosts will be asked to choose a number between surveyed people between 1 and 100, and the other one must guess if that guess was higher or lower than the actual number. So we will do let's do a practice one here. So we asked 100 third graders, will your best friend still be your best friend when you're grown-ups? How many said they would? So again, 100 people surveyed. What would you say, Todd?
20.
20. Brady, higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher.
Because kids are idealistic.
Yes. Well, of those 100 third graders asked if your best friend now will still be your best friend when you're grown-ups, 88 said
Wow.
they would. So
I met 20 didn't say.
Yeah, right. So Brady, having won that question, would get a chance to choose the cards. He would have an anchor card and then would have the opportunity to say higher or lower from that anchor card. So object is to get across the game board of 7 cards, and you would be the winner of the game. So we'll see how time allows here. We may play more than one round. So drawing lots backstage, Brady. You won the drawing of the lots. So you will get the first question.
Yeah.
Brady, what percent of current female U.S. senators were once Girl Scouts?
Percentage?
Percentage.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Are these modern questions? Are these from back in the day when Card Sharks was actually?
Well, Card Sharks is actually still on TV. They brought it back. So
okay.
Yes, these are modern questions.
Okay.
I shall say, I'm going to go 15%.
15%. Todd, higher or lower?
Well, I don't think the Girl Scouts in general are as popular as they once were. But I'm trying to think of when that decline would have started. And I'm trying to think of the average age of current female senators.
I just can't see Dianne Feinstein as a Girl Scout, but I could be wrong.
But I'm thinking the older senators would have been Girl Scouts more than the newer. I'm going to go a little higher.
A little higher. Cookie actually said 15%, and Ms. Wilson says higher. So what percent of current female U.S. senators were once Girl Scouts? That number is 72%.
Circle gets the square.
Out.
72%. So Todd, you are the blue cards, and your anchor card is a 2. Todd, is your next card higher or lower than 2?
Going higher, Bob.
Higher. And that card is an ace. So
I can count that as a 1 or an 11, right?
No, it's the highest card. So it's
I thought I pulled an upset.
Then I'm going
higher or lower than the ace.
Lower, Bob.
Lower. 3.
Yeah. Got to go higher, Bob. Bring it.
Higher than the 3.
Raise the roof, Bob. Higher.
4. He may run the table here.
Got to go higher, Bob. Keep it up, Bob.
Higher.
Lift it to the skies.
Higher, a 5.
Yes.
Now
There's a pulpus happening here.
Now keep in mind here, Todd, if you miss at any point in time, you go all the way back to the first card. So
Hey, Eric, can I stop and do your job for a second?
Yes.
Bree!
Is Bree in the house?
Yes, she is.
Howdy, Bree.
Hi, Bree.
Brianna.
Better late than never.
Is it Brianna or Brianna? Bree.
Tomato.
Tomato. Can I hold right there?
You can freeze.
I'm freezing, Bob.
You can freeze. All right. So, Todd, the next question is yours. Todd, we asked 100 men. This is a good question for you. Do you wish you were taller?
Oh, Bob, you asshole.
How many said they do wish they were taller?
Well, how old were these men?
Brianna. 100 men.
Just 100 men.
No age given.
I'm going to say about half. I'm going to say 48%.
48%. Brady?
Higher, Bob.
You say higher.
He
Without
glitched.
hesitation.
He glitched through the hesitation.
He did. So we asked 100 men, do you wish you were taller? How many said they do wish they were taller? That number is not higher. 39. 39. So Todd working off a 5.
Damn.
Higher or lower?
Do I got to work it?
You can change the card.
Let's change that card, Bob.
Change that card. Changing the 5 to a 10.
Oh.
Lower, Bob.
Lower.
Oh.
So you only have to go back to the previous card. So you're still
Okay.
working off that 10.
Gotcha.
Brady, however, you get a chance at the cards for the first time. And you get a king.
Lower, Bob.
Lower.
That's what she said.
Queen.
Oh. Lower, Bob.
Lower, Bob. Got an echo. Sorry, I'm excited. I like this game.
A 3.
Higher, Robert.
Higher. Now keep in mind, you go back to the regular card, or the first card, a 7.
I'm going to remain frozen, Bob.
Poison. Poison it is. All right. So Brady, we're back to you. We asked 100 women in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So good question for you.
What?
I don't remember Bob being this
Salty Bob.
exactly.
We asked 100 women in their 50s, do you have a tattoo? How many of those 100 women said they do have a tattoo?
I'm going to say 45, Bob.
45. Todd, higher or lower than 45?
Thank you, Bree.
Shoot.
By the way, I want to put this. Cookie did take a guess on the last question about men wanting to be taller. He said 70%. Of course,
Cookie's never wished for that.
I was going to say Cookie's pretty tall.
Pretty tall. That's the understatement of the night. Man.
Sold that short.
Oh, Brady said that 43% of women in their 50s have a tattoo.
43 out of 100 women surveyed. So it's not necessarily 43% of
True,
women.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
A random one.
43% of the women asked is what I was getting at.
Correct.
I'm going to say lower.
Lower. So we asked 100 women in their 50s, do you have a tattoo? How many said they do have a tattoo? The number is 21. 21.
Well,
Right.
and you got to figure a few of them were probably lying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, visible or not visible, I don't know. But all right. So Todd is working off of a 10, remember? So Todd, higher or lower than that 10?
Okay, I can't change the card, right?
Well, you could change the card.
Let's change that card, Bob.
All right, we're going to change that card to a 10.
Let's change that card again, Bob.
Yeah, can't do it twice.
Let's go lower. Lower, Bob.
Lower than the 10, a douche.
A douche. I'm going higher than the douche.
Higher than the douche.
There's a
And
fly on my
Rotor
screen.
in the night.
It's
Nice.
It's an ace.
I'm going lower than the ace, Bob.
No, wait a
Take me
minute.
home tonight.
Wait a minute, you won.
Oh, I won? All
You
right.
won. All right.
I'm going to win.
I'm going to win. So Todd, up in our Card Sharks tournament, 1-0.
Yeah.
All right. So we will clear the board. All right.
I'm surprised too, Bree.
By the way, guesses from the audience on that last question: how many women in their 50s have a tattoo? Bree said 65, and Cookie said 20. Cookie was almost right on the nose there. And yes, Gary, it's card snarks.
Card snarks.
That's what I'm playing.
Carp sharts.
All right,
Gotta
Brady.
move that mud vein.
All right, Brady. You're going
Yeah.
to lead us off here. Brady, we asked 100 married men Who usually picks out the clothes you put on in the morning, you or your wife? How many men said their wife picks out their clothes?
I say 20%, Bob.
20 out of 100 surveyed. Todd, higher or lower than 20?
So really, it's how many will admit to it.
More or less.
I'm going to go just a hair higher.
Just a hair. All right. So we asked 100 married men who usually picks out the clothes you put on in the morning, you or your wife. How many men said the wife picks out their clothes? That number is 49. 49. So it is higher.
That's a hair. That's exactly a hair. 29 more is a hair.
Exactly a hair. There you go. All right. So Todd will work off. Todd will work off of an 8. Todd, you can change the card.
Let's change that card.
All right.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
So we're going to change it to a 5.
We're going higher, Bob.
Higher than the 5. A 4. All right, Brady, that opens up the board to you.
Yeah.
Brady, you are working off of an equally terrible 7. You cannot change the card, however.
I will say lower, Bob.
Lower than the 7. A 6.
Yeah. I'm going to say higher, Bob.
Okay, now keep in mind, you can freeze here if you like.
I shall. I forgot that I get to freeze. I will be frozen.
All right.
And I will stand.
All right, so Brady on his second card, Todd on his first. Todd.
Yes.
We ask 120-somethings. Have you ever texted a naughty picture to the wrong person? How many admitted that they had?
%.
12 out of 100 surveyed. Brady, higher or lower than 12?
Say higher.
Higher. So we ask 120-somethings, have you ever texted a naughty picture to the wrong person? How many admitted that they had? That number is 26. 26.
Shoot. Bree says lies. Lies about what? Cookie said 50%. Is this question the one he said 50%
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, this is this question. All right, Brady, you can work off the 6 or you can change the card.
Let's change that card, Bob.
All right. Brady will change his card to a 10.
Lower, sir.
Lower than the 10. A 9. Bree said 12%.
Lower.
No, I think Bree's making fun of my 12%.
All right.
given the emojis next to her.
Right. Correct. What'd you say, Brady?
I believe I said lower.
Lower. You too as well, Cook.
Good to see you, Cook, or good to hear from you.
10. Todd, you can work off that 5. You cannot change the card, or you can choose to not.
Not what?
You can choose not to play, or you can work off the 5.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the 5. 3. All right, Todd.
Poo.
Wait a minute.
It's my turn. Yep.
Okay. Todd, we ask 100 bartenders. Has a customer ever confessed an infidelity to you? How many bartenders said yes? The customer has.
Bartenders. Has a customer ever confessed an infidelity?
Correct.
I'm going to say 30%. 30.
30. Brady, higher or lower than 30?
My gut tells me higher because I think some people also like messing with bartenders. And I think that alcohol lubricates one's confessions. I'm going to go higher.
Higher. So how many bartenders has a customer ever confessed an infidelity to? That number is higher. It is 80. 80.
Daggone. I wasn't expecting that high.
No, me neither.
All right. So, Brady, you're working off a 9. You can change the card or work from the 9.
Change that cod.
Change that CAD. Ooh. Change it to an 8.
Lower.
Lower. 9.
Wow, these cards are sucking.
Cards are not working very well for either of you. All right, Todd, you can work off that 5 if you like.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I shan't.
Very good.
I shan't.
All right, Brady.
Yes.
We asked 100 chefs. Would you rather work at a 5-star restaurant or own your own food truck? How many chefs said they would rather work at a 5-star restaurant?
%, Bob.
25. Todd, higher or lower than 25?
Did you repeat it? How many?
Yes, we asked 100 chefs. Would you rather work at a 5-star restaurant or own your own food truck? How many said they would rather work at a 5-star restaurant?
So these are chefs, like already genuine chefs.
Genuine. Shepherd.
Higher.
So how many of those 100 chefs would rather work at a 5-star restaurant than own their own food truck? It is higher. It is 63. 63. All right. Bree said 37 was her guess. All right, Todd, you can work off the 5 or you can change the card.
Change that card.
Changing that card to a 10. A 10.
That's not better. Not much better. Let's go lower.
Lower than the 10.
What?
Another 10.
I could almost make it X like in
Family Food.
Family Feud. Yeah.
All right, Brady, you want to work off that 8?
8.
Nay.
8. Nay. All right. Who are we to here?
Brady.
Me.
Brady.
No. Actually, I went. Yeah, it's Brady because I had the chef question.
Yep, correct. That's true, Josh. At least it isn't in between. Okay, Brady, we asked 100 cat lovers. Do you have cat hair on your clothes right now? How many said they did?
See, I'm going to go at this 2 ways. Logic would say high because they're wearing it as a badge of honor. But I also imagine a lot of hyper-vigilant cat owners would be snooty that they were such good cat caretakers that there isn't hair in their midst. So I don't know which. I'm going to go 80%.
80. Todd, how many cat lovers do have hair on their clothes right now? Higher or lower than 80?
That's pretty high, Brady.
Now.
Cat lovers, right? These are 100 cat lovers.
100 cat lovers. Like me, I have cat hair on my clothes, and I don't love cats, so I'm not included in this.
I'm going higher.
Higher than 80.
Yeah.
All right. We asked 100 cat lovers, do you have cat hair on your clothes right now? How many said they did? That number is 58. 58.
See what I mean?
Brady, you can change that card or you can work off the 8.
I want to change that card,
Change
please.
that Gared to a 4.
Higher and higher.
Higher. Another 8. You can freeze or you can
I
go
agree,
on.
Gary. Cat lovers lie, Gary says.
I shall freeze.
Brady freezes.
Frozen.
All right. Gary says higher for cat hair regardless. That's true. Bree said 90 was her guess. Rhonda, got to be 75 plus. I'm a clean freak. I can't keep it off of me, but you are a cat lover. I am not. And Gary did say cat lovers lie. So,
Fondo felines.
all right, Todd.
Yes.
According to a Nielsen study, What percent of adults say the margarita is their favorite cocktail to order in a bar or restaurant? Joey.
Are these, hey, Joey?
Hey, Jay.
Gotta hit the Dollar General, get some cat litter. Joey, do you have any cat hair on your clothing at this moment?
So did it say, I'm sorry, did it say whether these were men or women?
Does not say percent of adults.
That matters,
You think?
I think.
All right.
More women. I mean, wouldn't you agree that more women would say it than men?
I'm just the host of this show.
Oh. Come on now. If Miss Wilson can call it Milky Way a female Snickers, I can certainly. Shit. I'm going to say 35.
35. Brady. Higher or lower than 35? I would
Repeat the question one more time because I wanted to ruminate.
I thought Nielsen only did TV surveys, but according to a Nielsen study,
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, what percent of adults say the margarita is their favorite cocktail to order in a bar or restaurant? And Todd said what?
I said 35.
Okay, higher or lower than 35, Brady?
I don't have a good gut feeling about this, but I think that the influx of Mexican restaurants makes happy hour margaritas
Get you a big old
readily
fish
available.
bowl, a fish bowl of margarita.
Yeah, I'm going to say higher.
Higher.
The Bridget Nielsen rating.
Brigitte. Okay, so the number of, or the percent of adults that say the margarita is their favorite cocktail to order in a bar or restaurant, that number is 56.
Daggone.
56. All right. Brady, you want to work off that 8 or you want to change that card?
I would like to change that card, Bob.
Change that card, and you're going to change it to a 9.
Gosh.
These cards have been truly terrible.
I mean, what kind of system are we? I think there's been 10 9s in a row. How many nines?
What's this deck made of?
It's just an ordinary deck of cards. I mean, there's
That's what those street magicians in Flatbush say. I'm going to say it was a 9, correct?
it was a 9.
I will go lower.
Lower than the 9.
Oh.
Jack. Yak.
Take that.
Todd,
yak and take
you
it
want to work
back.
off the 10? Cannot change the card, but you can work off the 10. Gary asked what music is playing in the bar. That's a valid question on that ordering of the drinks. Could be if it's Mexican restaurant, it's much higher. And Bree says margarita on the rocks, no salt. All right, Todd, higher or lower than the 10?
Lower.
Lower. A deuce.
Doesn't get much lower than that.
That's correct.
I'm going higher than the Deutsch. The
Higher
Deutsch.
Higher than the Deutsch.
Oh, it's another Deutsch. A double
like-
Deutsch, would you?
Yeah, it's like taco night. It's 2 deuces
All right, so
afterwards.
you lose that card, you're going back to the 10. So just so you know. All right. Next question. Todd, is this you?
Yes.
Todd, we asked 100 first graders. Do you have an imaginary friend? How many said yes? They do have an imaginary friend.
I'm gonna think. I think it's lower than what we would expect. Maybe. With no explanation given in the question, if you just ask the first grader if they have an imaginary friend, I think 6 out of 10 of them would say no. So I'm going to go 60 out of
60.
100 would say no. So 40% would say yes.
Okay.
See my deductive reasoning there with my math skills?
I got you. Todd?
No, me.
Or Brady, sorry.
We say higher.
I was reading Bree's comment. That's why I said Todd. You say higher?
No, we say higher.
Bree's quite the commodian.
Yeah, Bree says first graders, now you're on Todd's level.
The sad thing is I almost made that joke about myself, but I decided to let Brianna handle it.
And Bree said 76. That was her guess. So Brady, we say higher. You and your imaginary friend, right?
Yes.
All right. Higher than 40 is the guess.
Higher than 40.
Well, we asked 100 first graders, do you have an imaginary friend? How many said yes? The number is 47. 47.
I should get that for just being that close.
By the hair of their imaginary nose.
Gary said higher. May sound good to a first grader, right? All right, Brady, do you want to change the 9 or work off the 9?
I would like to change that card, Robert.
Change that card to a douche.
Higher.
Higher than the douche. A king.
Lower.
Lower than the king. A queen.
What did you say?
Quinn.
Quinn.
As in motorcycle man or whatever. What Dr. Quinn. Not
Medicine
motorcycle
wombat.
man. Medicine woman.
Medicine woman. Higher or lower than the queen?
Lower.
For the game, lower than the queen, a douche.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so you're sitting at 1-1. 1-1. So we got
This is the rubber.
third game tiebreaker here for the win. For the win.
You say the medicine wombat, Brady?
Yes, I did.
Medicine wombat. All right, Todd, you'll go first since you were
Yes, I will.
loser.
I agree, Brianna. The game is rigged in Brady's favor.
It's drama. It's drama.
Drama.
Child, according to Miss Wilson. Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he's imaginary. That's probably what they
Okay, now I'm not going to sleep.
All right, Todd. We ask 100 bodybuilders. Were you underweight or
My
overweight?
people.
Yeah, your people. Were you underweight or overweight when you started working out? How many said that they were underweight?
I think more said they were underweight than said they were overweight. I'm going to say 69% said they were underweight.
69.
You're
Brady
welcome.
Brady, higher or lower than 69?
I'm in an odd position because I'm in that group when I was 17, 18 years old and going to the Nautilus. I was drinking that. I was drinking that 3,000.
Drinking that prune juice.
No, not prune juice, but that stuff, that protein stuff that tasted like dog food smells. And I could not get
I think it
the
smells
weight
like dog food smells too.
in the muscles. Would not, my metabolism was too high. But I do think it is lower than 69.
Well, I would think that the logic goes like most people who are overweight if they want to lose weight, that's why they're working out to lose weight. People that want to get, like you said, bodybuilding type, I think are usually
get yacked.
That's what I mean. Yeah. If you want to get yacked, it typically means that you're scranny to begin with.
All right. So of those 100 bodybuilders, how many said they were underweight when they started working out? The number is 55. 55. So Brady.
Brady said higher, didn't he? You say higher or lower?
He said lower.
He said lower.
Yeah. All right. Brady's base card is a 6. Brady, you can go with the 6. You can change your card.
I do want to change that one, please.
Changing the card to a 5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. An 8.
Lower, Eric.
Who goes with the gut?
R. Bob.
Lower, a 7.
Oh, hell.
Froys.
Poison.
Okay. All right. Brady,
See?
we ask 100 men. Have you ever waited so long to wash the dishes that you ran out of clean ones? How many said they had?
95%, Bob.
95%. 95 of 100 men. Todd, higher or lower than 95?
Higher. Spit it out, Eric. Spit it out.
It has been spatting.
Spit that dew out. I'm going higher. Men? 100 men were asked if they've ever gone so long without washing their dishes that they ran out of dirty dishes or ran out of clean dishes.
Clean ones, yeah.
100%. if they're lying, if they're saying that they haven't.
All right. So
Unless
Brady
they're so
said
lazy they won't do dishes, so they get paperware.
Okay, Brady said 95. Todd says higher. Out of 100 men, how many waited so long to wash the dishes that they ran out of clean ones? That number is 62.
Falsity.
Breeze guess 76.
Unless they took that sample size from an OCD treatment place, where but I don't, ma'am, I don't buy that for 5 cents.
No, that's a lie. I think everybody agrees it's a lie, so give me the point. Circle gets the square. Pass it my way, Bob.
But nay.
Gary says every time. So yeah, I think he went along with you and Yorn's reasoning. All right, Brady, you're working off the 7. You want to change the card or work off the 7?
I do, sir. Please change that 7.
All right, change to a Quinn.
Lower.
Dr. Quinn.
Lower than
Motorcycle
Quinn.
Man. Oh my goodness. Was that a second Quinn?
That was a king.
Oh, I could. The glare is bothering me.
Mason Crosby in a kicking game, man. You got to play those odds and botch it.
All right, Todd, you get a free shot at the cards. You're working off.
Now, hang on a minute, Brady. That just shows how much of a Bengals homer you are. There were 2 kickers missing kicks that day, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
As a matter of fact, kickers all over the league were missing kicks this weekend. It was terrible. Terrible.
Todd, your base card is a 4.
Easy. I'm going higher.
Higher than the 4.
Gots to.
A 5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. Goes with the gut.
Shoot.
4.
Shatubi.
So you're going all the way back
saves.
to the base card. All right. Todd.
Yes.
We ask 100 8th graders, have you ever pretended to be sick just to get out of PE class? How many said that they had?
Is this specify boys or girls?
It does not say. 100 8th graders.
I like to think it's 50-50 on the 40%.
40 out of 100 8th graders have pretended to be sick just to get out of PE class. Brady, higher or lower than 40?
Quickly, I will say in our day and age, it would be lower because we would rather gnaw off our leg in a bear trap than miss PE.
Correct.
So, but I am going to, I'm being oppositional defiant to myself. I'm going to say higher.
I knew some people in high school, though, that were sick every PE class and couldn't participate.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think I'm married to her.
100 8th graders, how many pretended to be sick just to get out of PE class? The number is 54. 54. So Brady, working off the queen, Brady. Want to work off the queen or change the card?
I have a queen.
Yes.
Oh, lower.
Lower than the queen.
Oh my gosh. 2 kings in a row off the queen.
Flippity flipping Crosby, I'm telling you.
All right, Todd. Free shot the card. You're working off a 4.
Higher, Bob.
Higher than the 4.
Are you? He's stacking the deck.
I'm not.
You
I
deck
shuffled
stacker.
the deck.
Don't make a mistake there.
All right, Brady.
Yeah.
We ask 100 veterinarians, can pets accurately predict upcoming storms? How many said they could?
45.
45. Todd,
Well,
higher or lower than 45?
at our age, not as accurately as our knees and ankles.
That's correct.
It's true.
I'm going to go higher.
Higher. So 100 veterinarians, can pets accurately predict upcoming storms? How many said they could? The number is 82. 82. So it is higher.
Yeah.
Todd, Working off a 4.
Higher.
Higher. Higher than a 4, a 7.
Higher.
I'm gonna work off that 7. And 6. So once again, you're back to the 4. All right, Brady.
Don't I get to go?
You do, yes, you're correct. You do get a chance. Working off the queen.
Go higher this time, Brady. Go
Yeah.
higher.
What'd you say? Did you say lower?
Lower. Yes, I did.
A queen. A queen.
It's about the fifth Quinn.
This is unhoid of.
This is Medicine Woman Quinn and Anthony
And
Quinn.
the motorcycle man.
All right, Todd. We ask 100 drivers, have you ever been the cause of a traffic jam? How many said yes? They had been the cause of a traffic jam.
35%. 35 out of 100.
35. Brady, higher or lower than 35?
Just total random gut higher.
Higher. Out of 100 drivers, how many have been the cause of a traffic jam? That number is 31. 31, so it is lower than 35. Todd, once again,
Higher.
working off the 4.
Higher.
Higher. A 5.
5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. A Quinn.
Lower. There can't be any more kings left in this deck.
Lower than the Quinn.
Are you?
A Quinn. All right, Brady.
Eric, are you under on your
No.
lap in betwixt your legs?
I was gonna say he's got a stack of quins on him.
Easy. Brady, you're working off a Quinn.
Easy.
Lower.
Lower than the Quinn. A Yak.
Well, not much.
Lower than a yak.
Lower than the Yak. A 3.
Higher than a trace.
Higher than a Trace. An Ace.
Lower than an ace.
For the win, lower than an Ace. Another Ace. Just like missing field goals.
This is amazing. People should have chimed in tonight just to see this.
Gosh. I was celebrating. I was like McPherson. I was celebrating the ace too early.
So, Todd, Josh keeps telling you to double down.
Do down.
All right. Brady,
Yeah.
we ask 100 homeowners, do you plan on living in your current house for the rest of your life? How many said yes? They are planning on living in the current house.
60%.
60. Todd, higher or lower than 60?
Lower. Much lower.
Lower. 100 homeowners, do you plan on living in your home the rest of your current house, the rest of your life? 67 is the number. It's actually higher.
Yeah.
Okay, Brady, working off the Quinn. Would you like to work off the Quinn or change the card?
Lower, Bob.
Lower than the Quinn. A Yak.
Oh, it was a yak? I thought it was a king.
No, it was a Yak.
Oh. So, here I'm going to celebrate again. Down, lower than a yak.
Lower than the Yak. A 9.
Biggity fudge. I'm going for the jugular. Lower.
Lower than the 9. A 6.
You better freeze it like a wart, man. You better freeze it like a wart.
I shall.
Frozen. All right, Todd,
Yes.
we ask 100 mail carriers.
Mail,
you-
as in people that
As-
carry
as
the
in
mails?
The U.S. mail, yes.
Okay.
Do you judge people based upon what you deliver to them? How many said they did?
Judging and
I can't believe they ordered this cheese of the month.
what's this Adam and Eve nonsense?
Granny's Quarterly.
yak shaving kit. Let's see. Well, I'm going to go again. The word judging bothers me because, like, I think they all speculate. But the last time I went with that, like the obvious, I mean, I would think every mailman,
Mail carrier.
every mail carrier would do some sort of judging. I'm going to go 60%.
60. Brady, higher or lower than 60?
Higher.
Higher. 100 mail carriers. Do you judge people based upon what you deliver to them? That number is 35, so it is lower.
I think they're lying again.
Yeah.
But again, I think the word judging throws it all off.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do they go and tell their buddies at the bar that they're having a beer and like you should have seen what I delivered? Yes, but judging, as in like,
These are scummy people.
yes, or I wouldn't have anything to do with these people or something. That's probably true. Not very high.
All right, Todd, working off the 4.
Higher.
Change the card, or
I got it. Eventually, it's got to be higher than a 4, doesn't it?
well, I would guess. Yes, it does. It's a 5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. A Quinn.
Lower than the Quinn.
Lower than the Quinn. A 4.
Higher than the 4, Bob.
Higher than the 4.
Gosh.
A 3. Brady, for the gain.
Am I in the Baron?
You are in the Baron. Working off a 6.
I would like to change that card, Bob.
Can't change it.
Oh. Higher, Bob.
Higher than the 6. A king. Brady. With the win.
Nice.
The sweat off my brow was rolling.
All right. So Brady, 2 out of 3 in the card sharks. Good game.
Yes.
All right. Gentlemen, I want to remind everyone that our audio version of the podcast comes out on Friday morning at 3 a.m. As always, you can find our audio version on most any platform. You can find a podcast, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and so on and so forth. Also, you can watch the video version of this archived on YouTube. You can search Play By Ear Podcast there. Follow our channel. You can follow us on Twitch. Thank you. And also archived on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. You can find all those links on our website. Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen?
Thank you, guys. We apologize for the absence of the cat buttle. Maybe Brady will incorporate into the next poster.
I'm full of, maybe I'm feeling a little frisky.
All right. By the way, programming note, for the next month or so, we will be on Tuesday night, not Wednesday. So keep that in mind as you plan out your week. Tuesday starting next week. All right. Todd, take us out.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.